Dear viewers, welcome again to the analysis of Yoleno TV. Today, Uhuru showed up for that funeral ceremony of Magoha. So Uhuru made a certain speech, and in his speech, he mentioned something very, very important. And this, to me, I think it was a direct response to Kenya Kwanza leaders. And Uhuru said that there are two types of people. Now, he said there are people who talk about what they will do and do nothing. But again, he said, but there are people who will say very little and do a lot. And there is something he said, and this one he said it directly to Kalonzo Musyoka. And allow me to repeat what Uhuru Muigai said when he was winding up his speech. He said, hao watu wanapiga mdomo, waache wapige. Hao kazi ni kupiga tu.
And by speaking with him, I got to realize that this was a man who was not interested in position, but rather what he could do with position. You know, there's a very big difference. There are people who seek position for the sake of it. But there are those who are in position and are interested in what they can do with that position for the greater good. George Magoha belongs in that category. He had no time for the hairy-fairy of office. No, him, it was a job. You know, there are two types of people. There are people who talk a lot about what they will do and do nothing. And those are many. But there are people who will talk very little, but do a lot, and their deeds are small. Magoha belongs to that class of people who are doers. Very little, talking, but in executing. The deeds are there and will never be wiped out, no matter what anybody may wish or desire. Na wewe Steve, usijali hii watu wanapiga mdomo, wacha wapige bana. Najua mtu ambaye hana kitu kingine ya kufanya lazima apige mdomo. Wacha wapige mdomo. Hiyo ni dunia. Sisi tunaendelea na yetu. Mungu awabariki na walinde. Asanteni sana.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, personally, I think Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was responding to 1, Kimani Ichung'wah; 2, Ndindi Nyoro; 3, he was responding to Rigathi Gachagua and those senators who made some damning allegation and said that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta anataka punguziwe ushuru. So he was basically trying to respond to these leaders who fill the internet with such propagandas. And they say that the reason why Azimio One Kenya Alliance is making those stopovers, those rallies, is because that Uhuru is afraid of being taxed. I mean, I don't know whether that's true, but to me, I still think this is just mere propaganda. So we said in our previous analysis, and I shared a video about what Kimani Ichung'wah said, and Kimani Ichung'wah said that one of the reasons why Raila was convening these rallies was because alikuwa anatumwa. And in that analysis, we said that Raila Amolo Odinga ni mtu amekuwa na his own independent mind from time immemorial. I remember in 1992, when Jaramogi was still there, he had his own independent mind. That's why they were in different political factions. So Raila has always crafted his own path from time immemorial. And something good about Raila is that he has always had this consistency in what he wants for the Republic of Kenya. But the people of Kenya Kwanza have been trying to denounce his moves, have been trying to make sure that he is defamed, have been trying to make sure that they use Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta as to having been one of those people who is financing Raila Amolo Odinga's rallies. Of course, we know this is mere propaganda, and that's why Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta has decided to respond to these people and tell them through Kalonzo that acha wapige mdomo tu. Hawa wanapiga mdomo, sisi kazi tunafanya. So I think what Uhuru Muigai is trying to tell these people that You make noise, I don't have time for you. That is what I interpret from that statement. It was a very short statement, but it had weight, it had value, it made a lot of sense. And personally, I think if Rigathi Gachagua is someone who is wiser enough, then I think he should take those words very carefully and know that Uhuru Muigai is trying to tell them that he has no time for those hula baloo, and that they should focus on delivering. Uhuru has told them, in that speech that, and he was making it very, very categorical that there are two kinds of people. There are people who make a lot of noise about what they will do, but then do nothing or do very little. But there are those people, the category of people who say very little but do a lot. So he was trying to refer to Magoha as to having been those people who talk little and do a lot. But he referred to the Kenya Kwanza people when he made the first reference that the Kenya Kwanza people are fond of making a lot of promises and doing too little. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think what Uhuru said in that statement makes sense? Kindly share what your opinions are below the comment section. I'd like to hear what your opinions are. And once again, please stay safe, stay blessed until we catch up again in our next analysis.